15 seconds. That's how quickly that Greenwood Mall shooting came to an end. From the time the suspect left the food court bathroom to the time he was taken out, 15 seconds. In fact, in just the short time I've been talking to you, Eli Dickin pulled a gun, took aim, and took out the threat. It's a fact survivors of Sunday's shooting are not taking lightly.
I find him to be an absolute hero.
I cannot believe it. Can you believe there was an armed citizen there?
I feel sorry for the guy that shot the guy. You know, I mean, he's got to live with that the rest of his life.
Today, autopsy results revealed the suspect was hit 8 times from 40 yards away. So when you factor in the short time span this all unfolded, it is pretty incredible. So tonight, Lauren Kostick joins us live from the newsroom to put all of this in perspective. Lauren?
Yes, Scott, and those numbers are impressing many gun experts we spoke with tonight who say it's not just the time that's notable, but also the distance.
Stand by.
When it comes to shooting, time, distance, and accuracy matters.
Yeah, he was definitely aiming those shots.
A newly released timeline from Greenwood Police shows 22-year-old Eli Dickin took the suspect out within 15 seconds of the shooter opening fire on the food court. Despite standing about 40 yards away, he was still able to hit the shooter 8 times. It's something Mark Welter with Indy Arms says isn't impossible, but does take a lot of practice.
What impressed me the most as far as your average civilian shooter was not the number of rounds fired, not the hit rate, not the time, but the distance.
So we tried it out, putting the target 25 yards out.
Stand by.
Okay, so that was 7 seconds to draw and get off 10 rounds at 25 yards. And I'm low on a lot of them.
And we tried it again, this time with someone else. He got the same time, but instead, all 10 shots hit the target. And this is without the stress and adrenaline Dickin probably felt at the time.
To have that level of performance with that level of difficulty was just super, super impressive.
Police say Dickin had no police training or military background, saying he learned to shoot from his grandfather. Lessons that have now turned into life-saving action.
And he was a hero. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Lauren, tonight you found out just how rare this kind of ending is for these active shooter situations.
That's right, Scott. Tonight I dug through data from researchers who study active shooter events and train people on them. Only about 5% end the way this did. They reviewed about 464 shootings over 20 years. In 73 cases, a bystander stopped the shooter before police arrived. 49 of those happened when someone physically stopped them, and 24 happened when a witness shot them. Now, this is only for active shooting situations, but it shows how unique this was. And thankfully, Eli was in the right place at the right time, saving countless lives.
Yes, he did. Lauren, thank you.
So earlier this evening, we talked with Eli's lawyer, who says the 22-year-old is still working his way through what happened and says it's been a crazy couple of days, declining interview requests from local and national outlets. And around 9 tonight, we discovered this GoFundMe page to cover Eli's legal fees. This was set up by state lawmaker Jim Lucas, who represents Seymour, where Eli is from. Already, it's raised more than $5,000. And there's also a ton of support coming in for the 3 people who lost their lives. Pedro Pineda and his wife Rosa died in the attack, along with 30-year-old Victor Gomez. This weekend, there's a community fundraiser for their families near 30th and Lafayette Road. Tomorrow, we're expecting to talk with the organizers about how Hoosiers can help. There's also a GoFundMe account set up online.
Tonight, we also got our first glimpse at the frantic 911 calls made from inside the Greenwood Park Mall Sunday evening.
911, where's your emergency?
Hi, I'm at Greenwood Park Mall. There was an open shot fired.
Did you see what the person looked like?
No, I was in a store and everybody just started running.
Shoppers and workers running to safety while desperately calling for help.
Where in the mall are they? They're at the food court. There's 3 people dead.
The whole ordeal starting and ending in less than a minute. But the fear, panic, and trauma lasting much longer.
We heard the noise and we started running, and what was the traumatic part for me was that because of the noise I started running. My aged parents, in-laws are with me, and then 2 seconds later I'm like, I left my in-laws.
Tonight we still don't know the motive, but in the last few hours we learned new details about this investigation. The FBI is searching the suspect's phone at a local field office. They sent his laptop on to Quantico, both of which the suspect seemingly tried to destroy. We also reached out to the ATF tonight to see what they're doing with the suspect's 3 guns. We learned tonight they're running the 2 rifles and a handgun through their system to see if they're linked to other crimes. We've got the up-to-the-minute timeline of the police response and the investigation. It's posted for you right now on our WTHR app.